All right. Hey, can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Yep, I hear you.
Okay.
And you're hearing it loud and clear.
All right. Honestly, um, take a look at the link. It says that it's wait. Okay, it's delayed.
A link took me to your
Hey,
dashboard, so I don't know.
it linked to the
Can you
dashboard.
still hear
Look
me?
up the triumphant return of the Best Boy community.
Yeah.
Yep, I hear you.
Okay.
And you're hearing it loud and clear.
Wait,
That's
wait,
a
wait,
nice
wait, wait. All
title.
right. I have a Honestly, stream URL. Take a
Let's
look at
see.
the link. It
Yeah.
says that it's
I think it'd be easier just to
wait.
send that.
Okay, it's delayed. Okay.
A link took me to your
Hey,
dashboard, so I don't know.
It linked to the
It linked to my
dashboard. Look up the
dashboard.
triumphant
Well, that was
return
an
of the Best Boy
oopsie.
community.
Yep, I hear you.
Okay. Here
And
you
you're
go.
hearing it loud and clear.
Wait,
That's
wait,
a
wait,
nice
wait.
title.
All right.
Oh, if you're live right now, I
honestly,
see it.
URL. Okay. Cool. Take a look at the link.
Yeah.
It says that it's
I think it'd be easier just
Is
to
it
send
on
that.
YouTube? It's delayed.
1 second.
It's on
A
a link took me to your
Hey,
dashboard, so I don't know.
It linked to the
It linked to my
dashboard. Look up the
dashboard.
triumphant
Well, that was
return.
an
All right. I muted it. Do me a
Alright,
favor.
Kraken.
Make sure that you're not like feeding through your mic, and that
I just turned it off. I just had it near my face, and I was on my phone, so that
cool.
won't be an issue now.
How about we do this? We should go to the Best Boy Kingdom or something like that, or some place that would be
The Homeland?
more conducive. Maybe set it to Friends Plus. I don't know what you want to do, but I'll be
Sure, let's go public.
your interviewer. But remember, too many people join at one time. It's gonna start to lag me out.
Well, yeah, then we can go to a Friends Plus or private instance of it.
Yeah, start to invite people. Okay, there we go. Hey, dude. As if nothing, as if nothing happened, I want you to walk over. Let's go to the. Let's start this
I was
stream.
going to do it inside of the tavern.
Hey, if you want to do that, be my guest.
Alright,
But
wait, tell me what your plan was first.
I'm gonna start up at the chapel and say a few words, and then I'll come right to the tavern. All right. Sound good?
What are you going to say?
Basically, it is a time of desolation and despair. Brother pitted against brother, babies having babies. But amidst this chaos and from a decay, the Best Boy community has returned. Something like that. Give me a second. I'll try to think of something on the fly. Why don't you go ahead to the tavern? Or
maybe.
you come with me. You should come with me. So let's do this.
Sure.
Let's do this like a movie. Don't go in yet.
Let me
Though.
stand up.
Follow my lead.
Fucking hell. Let me stand up. Actually, I think we'd be better if we just kind of start with, like, instead of something like that, we just kind of. I'm not sure. I don't know about that, though.
Follow my lead, Rusty. That's all I ask.
Hey, I don't want to sound too self-aggrandizing with it.
Oh no,
I
no,
guess.
no. This is purely on
My only
me.
concern.
This is purely on me.
Ah.
Don't worry about it.
All right then.
But come right behind
All right.
me.
Oh, we could turn off avatars and stuff on my local things. I don't lag out too much.
Sure.
There we go. So I should do the same.
All right. So we're officially starting this. 3, 2, 1, action. Amidst the maelstrom of decay, one community on VR chat has stood the test of time. It has weathered countless bouts of drama, something that never ending in the course of our lives here on VR chat. But one man saw a dying community and intervened in its most darkest hour. That person today is Rusty Dusty Fox, a fair friend of mine, a fine young lad, somebody that I've seen countless times in VR chat, and I thought he was a pretty stand-up guy. Decided to drop him a friend request, and to this day, we're pretty good pals. So, Rusty Dusty, you are a man who needs no introduction. You have basically stepped
Well,
up.
I might though. I don't know.
Oh, well, I'll go ahead and start. Rusty Dusty Fox, from the time that I've known him, is somebody that unexpectedly came into prominence in the Best Boy community, and a lot of people have cast doubt on him for his youthful glow, but honestly, I think he's done a fine job rebuilding a community that had fallen to the wayside, and all it needed was some tender loving care. So, Rusty Dusty Fox, why don't you open up with some opening thoughts, anything that comes to mind? Maybe you have something to say?
Well, I guess I could kind of start with it's been a long journey getting to where we are today with it.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly been no easy task on anyone involved, and I definitely had a lot of help along the way, which I guess I'll get into more if I start doing the interviewing and stuff like that.
Right.
It's certainly been a journey. I would have to say. Mm-hmm. And it's just been, I'm really grateful for what's happened, and it just made me so happy to see people starting to interact in a positive way with the community again, and see the community starting to grow into positive, or just the way it's been growing, and the people that we've seen, the creative stuff people have done with the models. It's been really nice to see.
Right. Well, if you wanted to take me into the chapel, or we can go to the tavern if you prefer.
I think we better go to the tavern because there wouldn't be as many people coming around.
Sure.
So I guess I'll head over that way then. All right. The first thing would be a good idea to stop at the Victory Monument here.
Sure thing.
I guess.
Hey, words of inspiration.
This was put up on the 1-year anniversary of me starting the Best Boy project. And basically, what we have here is kind of telling the story of the cycle of how the Best Boys had went from the beginning to when they first were really stable back around 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
The first collapse, a struggle to rebuild, and finally today, where we're certainly doing a lot better than then.
Victory. Now and forever.
Yeah. Starting to hope so.
Well, hey, let's go get
I guess that'd be a good time to head in there.
Yeah, let's go get a cold one. Talk about this.
Mm-hmm. We could go up here, Ace. Yes. I guess this works.
Certainly does. I have to say, a lot of this level is very colorful, and I really admire these. I want to call them. I would like to call it stained glass, but
Yeah, it's supposed to be stained glass originally. They're in the chapel. If we head back over there, there actually is the stained glass shader applied to them.
Hmm.
It's still being worked on for the rest of the map. Oop, there goes my leg.
Yeah.
So,
Rusty Dusty, I guess I'll just start off with a basic question, and we can go from there. But what compelled you to sort of step up to plate to try to restore the Best Boy community? Because part of your interest in this whole conversation is, I did a live stream a while back talking about the rise and fall of the Best Boys, and through your efforts, you managed.
And of course, I had seen that.
Yeah, and you brought them back.
Yeah.
But they're.
Well, of course.
So what compelled you to do that?
Well, I guess it was kind of me seeing. I know I've been maybe not as active in the original community as much as I am now, of course, but I was around back then, and I saw a lot of friends there who were starting to lose faith in things after the first group had went down.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw the disastrous way one of the successor communities had been run, and me and a couple other people stepped in to rerun that group, which eventually led into where I am as leading the main project now.
Mm-hmm.
After quite a lot of incidents happened at the very beginning. But we've managed to weather the storm of that and reach to where we are now.
Right. Sprawling community.
I guess this kind of happened within the span of a couple weeks that I first started to get really dedicated back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when things started to rapidly develop to the point where I would be in charge of a small portion of the community right after that collapse had happened.
Mm. I have to say,
And for reason that
sorry about that.
going to where there's a lot of stuff that came with that we had to deal with later on, and still would be dealing with, that was inherited from that time period.
Right.
A lot of the issues have been solved or have become so small that there aren't really anything necessary anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I remember in the earliest days that I joined VR Chat, the Best Boy community had started off as a bit of an upstart. Over time, it became basically like, I wouldn't say like the Great Pug, but it was almost like the Great Pug for furries. We would go there because it was a convenient hangout spot. You would see some pretty wild, crazy things happen occasionally, and for the most part, the people that showed up were on even keel, level-headed, people that you'd want to rub shoulders with.
I think a lot of part that why you don't see that too much today is a lot of the culture of VR chat has changed.
You're right.
And it's a different landscape that different types of communities need to navigate.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't see that kind of stuff in public world anymore. Mainly you just see is like crashers and negative things like that going on, which we do have measures implemented in this world to prevent against that. We have an administrator panel which admins can access, which can fix a lot, like go around and edit a lot of the issues that people might do.
Mm-hmm.
Which has been really useful for, like, if there's ever been an issue with the person's avatar, they can just fix that easily. And that's been really useful for, in general, going from, or no one will join to the map, if it's a public map, to where this map is pretty safe when it's public.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we've had our incidents, but here and there's always going to be that happening. Yeah.
Well, of course. Let me see. Is there? You want to find a place to sit down? Maybe I can pin the camera somewhere. And...
I'll set it on here.
Yeah. All right. Let me see.
I can get my whole body into work.
Let's see. I think that's pretty good. All right.
Oh yeah, this works.
Crouch down a bit.
Oh, back up.
All right.
There we go. This should be fine.
Move the camera just a little bit closer so we can both see each other. Alrighty. So, Rusty Dusty. The people that I talked to, during the stream, Commander Charms was a very prominent figure throughout the entire Best Boy community, and
he was, and I have a lot of respect for him.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that have.
Personally, me and him have had a lot of tension, I would say, between me and him sometimes, but I think that overall we're able to. I've definitely made a lot of mistakes in my interactions early on with him, and from during the middle of things that could have gone a lot better looking back on.
Mm-hmm.
I think the important thing is always to move forward from those kind of things.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't say this was his baby, the original Best Boy community, but it certainly felt like it was.
It certainly was a big part of, for me, from what it looks like to me, it certainly was a big part of him.
Yeah.
And like what he would do.
On top of which, he had seen drama come and go, and when I first really started like getting involved with the other communities out in VR chat, for instance, in the very beginning, it felt like there were a bunch of different like little communities that were pretty prominent in their own right. There was the Best Boy community, then there was the Hyena Emporium and all the hyenas that comprise that community. Ashy Paws.
Hyenas I feel are very stagnant right now.
They are.
And Ashy Paws is his own beast to be dealt with. I think that I wouldn't.
No. I'm not here to.
Go into.
I'm not here to trash talk.
There's definitely certain characters who I've come into contact with, and a lot of that I try not to go too public with. My own personal things. I try to make sure I'm on positive relationships, or at least neutral relationships with most people. I guess is like kind of how I try and run things.
Yeah, I only mention Ashy Paws for the simple fact that like he had started the ferret community, and I was hoping that there'd be like, the triage, like. Yeah. Unfortunately, it didn't last.
I guess that would fit back into the old days of that year for VR chat, like late 2017 before 2018.
Right.
There's a lot of big changes around that time to not only the way VR chat worked, but the culture.
Mm-hmm.
And that's something I think my community being right at the very end of 2017, like usually around 2018 was when it started to come. October 30th, 2018 was the year, was the date that this community was started officially.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much how long we've been running for. I think that part of the culture has had an effect on how we've needed to operate to better perform to that community that's been created
Hmm.
around VR chat at that time.
You are basically assuming the responsibilities that Charms had assumed, but you are in almost a de facto leadership position. And I would imagine that a lot of
Well,
people.
as of the best boys right now, the only other God damn it, I gotta stop leaning back, I swear. I'm sorry, my back's been killing me for the past couple of days.
It's fine.
I heard it. I heard it. I took a fall, but
Take a
I've
load
been
off.
working on that.
Yeah.
Mhm. And I guess that assuming that responsibility for me,
Mm-hmm.
it's been. I mean, the only other best play community I think you really call the best play community might be the AUFF, which has been dormant for I think since June, somewhere in December or November last year.
Now, correct me if
And
I'm wrong.
well, me and the leader that have our own issues between each other, but that's mostly my fault because of
Oh,
some past drama between that.
I'm sorry to hear,
But I
pal.
think that moving past, it's for the past of the past can't really change it. So I think that moving forward is always the best ideal to strive for,
That's headed by
and that's what I've been
Klaus,
trying to do here.
right? Like Klaus
Hmm?
runs that.
Yeah, me and him don't really get along too well anymore, which
Well,
I've come to accept as that's going to happen.
I mean, let bygones be bygones, but certainly you can agree to
Yeah,
disagree.
certainly where there are issues. Yeah.
I think it was very inspirational that you came out with a new model, which is, there has to be constant developments, constant improvements. I'm not saying that.
Oh, there's a new one already there's a new one already in the works, which will hopefully be starting for the beginning of next year, coming into next year. I want to. Oh, I am
Oh,
broken again. No, I'm just gonna stand up.
all
I'm
right,
screwing my back. I'm standing up. You know what? There we go.
all
I think we
right.
should have planned this out a bit better, but
I always love doing things on the fly. Let me go ahead and.
it's whatever it is. I assume. Also, mind if I go? I guess in a little bit we might as well add the link into the Best Boy Discord. We can do that at some other point down a little bit once the stream starts to pick up momentum. I guess we're getting into
Sure.
it a bit more. And so where were we?
We were talking about the development of a new model that you were commenting on,
Oh yeah, the new
and
model.
mhm,
So with the development of the 3.0 originally, it was kickstarted really. There's already plans in development we had lined up for how we were going to try and do it.
mhm,
Those
mhm.
were on the backlog because they were still using the 2.0 that Kalogon had created for Terminator Charms.
Hmm.
And we were really doing it. He really had an issue with using it, which is understandable from his point of view. I can understand why he wouldn't want us using it.
Right.
And so we had to immediately stop using that.
Mm.
And so that came to quite a shock to a lot of the leadership at the time in the server.
Mhm. Mhm.
So what we did was we quickly found someone who had cheap enough commission that we could afford at the time, which is how you got the 3.0 from that person. 3.0 had a lot of issues with mainly the jaw and the hands and feet,
Yeah.
which were edited upon by Delirious Jax to get the current 3.5 model that we have.
He's fairly gifted in
And
his own
currently,
right.
yes, he is. It came out really well. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
But there is plans in the works for a 4.0 model. We're currently working on a timeline for how we would want to do it. So
Mhm.
we either have two options right now. We're either going to do a completely new model, which would mean new textures, new everything, or an edit of this model, which will hopefully preserve the same textures and stuff, moving
Right.
from the 3.0 to 3.5 to 4.0, which I'm a little iffy on if we're going to do that. I'm probably going to put it up to a community vote
Mhm.
on the server to see how we would want to do that.
Gotcha. You know,
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and change the camera angle slightly because I kind of wish we had a dedicated film cast with us, but you know what? I can do things on my own just as well. I am of the firm
All right.
belief
All right.
that any community worth their salt is going to develop content of some sort for its adherents. That's what generates
Oh,
the
absolutely,
interest.
of course.
And with
That's what
that,
we've been trying to do here.
yeah, I'll be honest with you. When I first saw the model, I thought it was fresh, sleek, and pretty easy on the eyes. But they
I guess that's
looked
a little
yeah.
flattering.
They also looked like I haven't uploaded this video a while back. I shot a little bit of a short, like a fake charity organization. Um, Basically talking about like acting as though the best boys were just anemic and like they were deprived of their main food source, which was
And
Uganda
they were a
knuckles.
bit small. They were a bit slimmed up with the new version of the model.
Yeah.
A lot of that was primarily to get the model better workable with a full body here,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
as to get the more body shape. Though, all else was I specifically wanted there to be no 2D cutout for on the model, because that is a pain to texture for a lot of people, and
Hmm.
it could lead to a lot of models not looking as good as they could. So I decided just to use physically blended on fur, which the new model probably have a lot more of. I'm still wanting to do that way.
I think
My goal is to
somebody.
keep it good or medium requirements for the VR chat system there. Keep the model working decently well when they have a lot of people on the map.
Right. Somebody recommended Substance Painter. Just paint right on the model. Easy as pie.
Yes, substance. The thing is, I don't have enough money for substance painting quite yet. So that will be one of my things I've set as a goal for Patreon right now.
Or like
Speaking of
Christmas
Patreon, I
present.
did just set up my own one. I
No, just get people to come
did
together.
just set up a Patreon,
Oh,
but yeah, maybe.
so at the mention of Patreon, I figure I might as well just ask that while you're on camera.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Is there like a tier reward system, or is it simply to support
Yeah,
the
we
best
have
boy?
3 tiers right now. Tier 1, you get basically just you just get just a hug from me. That's like your main reward there,
So what is
and get
that
your name
worth?
on the
Like
you get your name on the Patreon board
was it $1?
out in the world.
Like can I reach my?
Yeah.
Well, oh shoot. Well, I don't got pants on right now, so
Yeah. No, it's but like what I then tier 2 is you get access to a Patreon exclusive area on the Discord, which I would post updates and stuff before, like a day before the general public would get them.
mm-hmm.
And tier 3, you get see these 4 rooms, you get access to these one of these rooms with your own private room in there, which you can put stuff inside.
That's a very interesting sort
But
of
that's
like
not implemented yet,
yeah.
and it will be implemented hopefully with the next update, which will hopefully be coming December, like before December, maybe mid-December at the latest, which is when I want to get the new update, which is gonna fix a lot of the computing issues on the map where you have a lot of lag.
Mm-hmm.
So it's gonna be combining all the meshes for a lot of the buildings, combining the textures, combining materials, just making new trees, combining everything so that it's more easy to load for the thing, redoing the culling system on it, and just general performance updates like that, along with a complete redoing of the chapel building. It's going to have more floors, it's going to have more buildings you can go into, more stained glass. It's kind of like what I'm looking to go for it.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
that's a very interesting concept. Like one of these 4 rooms that you just have as your personal bedroom, but it's gonna have like a lock system.
That's what it's going to be. You're going to have your own here. It's going to have a lock system on the outside with a code you can put in,
Mm-hmm.
like a key code.
Yeah.
For each month you get, for the month you pay, you have that room. Or if you decide to leave the Patreon, you don't have the room, so that room becomes open again for someone else to use.
Right.
That's the kind of system I was hoping to go for it.
Mm-hmm.
That would be $15 for that, for $15 a month, and I think it's set for $5 a month for the Patreon Discord access.
Hmm. You know, I have to say,
Yeah.
like, it almost reminds me of Second Life. Like how I heard stories of like certain expenses or certain amount of money for certain level. Now, granted, I've never played Second Life, so I wouldn't know.
Neither have I.
Yeah, I've heard.
Neither have I.
I hear stories about how like
I
Second
was
Life.
had before my generation.
Oh yeah, definitely. But like back then, there wasn't this like proliferation of free content that you could edit any way you wanted.
Honestly, the free content is something I really love about VR chat because it doesn't have that monetary incentive.
No.
I think that's really nice. What I'm trying to do with the Patreon is to raise money for a lot of the stuff that I want to do for the best boys, mainly new models, new world updates, new art, of course, like more stained glass art.
Right.
It's that kind of deal. And as well, I'm hoping to get new Best Boy plushies made, which is going to cost a lot of money. from the company I'm planning to get it from.
Couple
That's going to be a
$1,000.
long-term goal. Yeah, 3,000 from what we're looking at right now.
If I remember
That's what we
correctly,
got for them.
yeah, Twitch and
Yeah, Twitchin and Base, yeah, did make those originally. And I've talked with Whitman, who might be hooking us up with a couple of them, and a crate that he said someone had who's going to ship to him in a couple months.
mhm.
And then we're going to hopefully do a raffle for those. That's what my current plan is for that.
Right. You know, if you're up for it, a brief break from talking about this. I was thinking that we take a brief tour of the village outside, and maybe you could show me around.
Oh, sure. I can give you a tour of the map. Sure. Why not?
How many people are in the room? Not many, or
Oh, not too many.
it's a decent amount. Not as many as I thought would show up, but you know, it was kind of on the fly.
It's a quiet day. I assume it's just going to be one of those times.
Right.
Oh, maybe more people join in a little bit, though. You know, you never know. It's going to be interesting to see if we get more people to join in the match. So I might as well head back out.
Sure thing.
Oh, we might as well start in here since we're here. This is the tavern,
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of like a little chill out area of the map. This is eventually going to be its own map. As like a kind of like chill area where people. This can be a quest compatible version of the map too. Here, you can just chill out and relax, basically.
Right. Let's go talk to some of the locals.
Click on one of these. There we go. Mm-hmm. Over here we have just like this is like the main square where you spawn in.
Mm-hmm.
You have your main avatars. You might as well turn on the avatar pedestal so you can see them over there.
All right.
Do a bunch of turn off the avatar pedestals, which will help with performance.
Toggle pal. Let's see.
Yes. We have some of the base color avatars here. We have the hazmat suit best boys here.
Hmm.
We have the Discord link here, right near the models.
Right.
Over here we have like a little information board, which is welcome here.
Mhm.
Rusty, you're a boomer.
Oh, you are.
How
Oh,
can
yeah.
you
Then,
say
uh,
that?
Rusty?
Yes.
What
We're
you need?
recording
Cute
for
to
the live
Sylveon.
stream of Best Boy stuff.
Oh.
Hey, cute.
Yes.
How's it going?
Well, you should have told me that. I would have hopped in VR.
Well, smile. You're on camera.
No, you
Oh,
were
last
in
time I saw
VR.
this avatar, I didn't have VR.
Well, I had to go take a shower, so you got to wait 20 minutes before I can.
Yeah,
Jesus.
And then
I know
over
it's
here we
like
have
an
some
older
screenshots
version
of
model,
the
but I like
server.
how you can play an accordion. Can I copy that real quick?
I
Okay.
didn't say plan to get those
Sure.
remade, the new
sorry.
version of the model.
Give me 1 second.
There you go. Go ahead.
Everybody, I have
Thank
you. I have your nameplates turned off, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick up on your voices. This guy is Orange Joe,
You
not
probably-
because of his fur, but I call him Orange Juice. Hey, Orange Juice, why don't you say hello to the
Orange
audience?
Hello, everybody. I have diarrhea.
Thanks for sharing. Okay, Wintergreen. I'm gonna call you Wintergreen,
Bruh.
bruh. You're calling people boomers.
Bruh.
That hurts.
You're a boomer.
Well, thank you. You know, I would imagine me
Facts
being
don't care about your feelings.
okay there, Ben Shapiro.
Ben Shapiro.
I mean, he says that a lot, doesn't he? Hey, cute Sylveon,
Bean Shapiro.
would you like to
Yeah.
say anything inspirational to the camera about the Best Boy community, or anything that's off the top of your head?
Hello.
Hello.
Bike.
There's a
Say goodbye
Pokemon.
to your
Oh my
frames,
God.
your mortals. Say
Wait.
goodbye
I
to your
love
frames.
Why?
No, don't do it.
Why do we have a Joker?
Oh, well,
You know what? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
ask.
yeah.
Gamer
Gamer
Society.
I'm
That
not
guy
asking
saying-
questions.
Saying, say goodbye to your frame
like
rate.
the
He's probably
memes
going to do
when I
something
did to him?
very
Oh, that's
bad.
really good.
Do it.
All right, let
no,
me.
no, I mean, like,
Yes.
literally every time I join
think
this
it turned
world,
it
I
off.
drop down to like 20 frames.
Maybe I turned it off.
Oh,
Only at 30.
All right. So, Rusty, hopefully my
Right now-
frames
right now I'm running
maintain
fine.
themselves. Let's
Yeah,
continue.
Like I said, with the world of frame rate, the next update is gonna hopefully fix a lot of that. Cute would know a lot more about that
Yeah.
because Cute is working with the world, helping me to build the world. For the
Wait,
next update.
actually, I did have a question for you two. I'm noticing like the Evangelion-esque wings protruding from your backs. Like, is there a story about that, or maybe I didn't read any of the lore, so I'm just curious.
The wings are kind of used for just signification who's administrator or who's mod. We
Mhm.
carried it over from the original group
Oh,
because the style is very beautiful. And we see we have the admin on the hat here.
right.
Mine has the leader and has the best boy on it. And
Yeah.
the moderators have a moderator written on theirs.
Well, let me go ahead and zoom in. We got admin, and then we got a little like picture of a best boy there. Leader.
Yes, that is indeed me.
All right. Whoa, that one's thick.
I have a.
That was almost as thick as me.
Indeed, that is.
Nice.
Dummy thick.
Exactly.
Where is.
Uh-oh.
At least ask for consent. Buy me dinner.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, get the gun.
I know who that is. Excuse me, Ender Girl, but this is a private party. I'm gonna have to ask you. Like, I'm afraid I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Too bad. Too bad.
Hey,
What are you
Tuja.
doing with a
Yes,
tool
ma'am.
gun? You can't have that kind of power.
Tuja,
Oh,
you're best. You're the best
yeah.
boy, so you need to be a best boy.
Oh no.
Don't remove my props.
I want to
You're
show
shooting at me.
Rusty my avatar.
Hey, this is one of our admin
I
tools that
have
we
Oh.
have.
new Dutch
Holy
eight.
And these for
moly.
dealing
I
with.
have a best boy avatar. That
Turn me into a
And
best
these for
boy.
dealing with like a. For having someone who's causing trouble on the map, like if they're using crash avatars, break them into a best boy.
That's actually pretty
Hey,
cool.
get the thick one too. Oh, I need to see the admin.
Talking to me?
And
Hold on.
oh God,
I
why
was
is
wondering why I was
Hold on,
getting
it's here.
shot. Who's
What are we
Alder?
talking
Oh,
about?
it's
Me being
Alderon.
the thick.
Hey, Alderon, you're on camera. Would you like to say anything?
Who is?
Mones.
Poor fella. He's so gaze-mazed and bashful.
Okay.
He is. Yeah, look. No, man.
Oh my god!
This is my new best boy.
Huh? Oh no, that is a thing of nightmares. Get it away from me.
Yes.
All right, let's continue this.
Come here, orange jokes.
oh no!
Let's continue this.
Oh, that's not good.
Let's continue
Yeah,
this
it's
tour. I noticed there's some games on the map,
Yes.
like chess over there.
Oh, I did not mean to send a friend request. I meant to show avatar.
I thought I decided to kind
over
of
here.
experiment with dynamic
Alright.
bones, and this is what we came up with.
Kill the witch!
Get weapons. Read.
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
What the
I don't think you have a bone in your body.
Wait,
Normal.
what? What?
What?
That weapon actually changes your model?
Yes, it does.
It makes you the best boy.
Wait, did
What?
No,
Oh my
my
God.
tits!
What?
Okay, I'm gonna be my
That was a
fluffy
breast
girl.
boy!
Best
Oh.
boys
It turned
only.
me back into a best boy!
I like how this
There
epic
we go.
music is playing in the background, and like all this is happening.
Holy shit, I didn't even think that was visible.
And over here we have just like a game of checkers. I think they're playing here now.
Chess, you mean? Well, wait. Actually, never mind.
Checkers. It's checkers.
It
Yeah.
is chess. Checkers. I thought it was chess.
Shall we take
Yes.
Tujo on a boat
Oh,
ride?
checkers.
All right.
We can do that when we get to that section of the map, I assume. So.
Okie dokie.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, my frames are starting to drop.
My frames have already been dropped.
Really bad right now.
Yeah, I turned
My
into a
frames are
different
dropping
best
harder
boy.
than I-
This one doesn't have breasts this time, sadly.
I think a
frames
lot
are
of
dropping
these
harder than I
OC's
was dropped
avatars
as a
are.
child.
Oh. Okay.
I think we should head to a private version of the map or
This
current
is my
instance
fluffy-
of the map.
This is
You
my
sure?
fluffy
Because
girl.
People joining in.
Oh,
Yeah, there's people
she is
joining in.
gorgeous.
Trying to
I
lag
love
people
that
out.
avatar.
Let's just come up here. We can head over there.
All right.
I like the big tail. Like I experimented.
I might have to
with
disable my
sizing.
camera for a
This is
Actually, you know
I
what?
came up with.
Yes, sir.
I like a big poofy
That might be
tail.
fine,
Actually,
actually.
I just wanna
Second,
sleep
let me
in
see.
that.
Going up in FPS now.
Yeah, I think it's all right.
Yeah, it should be fine. It's not gonna be that big a deal.
Money shot on the tail. Got that.
Money shot.
Maybe
Very-
We have a kind of like an art gallery for some of the art we've done. It's
Oh.
done for community.
Let me
over
capture
the
some of
year
this.
And the last couple years. Yeah.
I'm still surprised that you made a tool gun that turns people into best boys. I didn't think you would
Yeah,
do
it's
something
useful.
like
Someone's
that.
trying to use a crasher avatar. It's mainly on Alderon over there who helped get that set up.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Impressive.
Elle's awesome when it comes to pretty cool, awesome avatars.
Yeah, it's good for like helping with just people might be causing issues on the map. Like if someone's using a crasher avatar.
Oh, I have experience with those.
Yeah.
I've been on the.
Mhm.
Why is
I've been
this
on
up
the
here?
wrong end of that.
What? Oh, what the
Yeah, I
heck?
feel that.
Okay. Okay, I didn't even notice the diaper. Jesus Christ. Oh no.
What the hell? Diaper?
Why are these two things here?
Oh.
I
So, Ender Girl,
These
how
two
do you
pieces
feel
of
about,
art.
being in the kingdom
If
of
you would
Best
call it that.
Boys?
Too good.
It's awesome. It's.
Talking about the
I would
diaper
say
and
the
board.
community is very like compact and
That one and that one.
friendly when you enter the first time around.
That's
They're not
Like,
saying
oh,
that.
what's this? Oh, this looks like Dutch Angel Dragons. No, it's Best Boys.
Did you have the opportunity to, basically bear witness to the old Best Boy community? Like, and see the transition from that one to this one?
A little bit, not too much. Once they started coming back, I rejoined. I joined one meeting, if I remember, but other than that, when they started uploading more of their Best Boys, I was like, need to join their group.
Of course.
And they're awesome, especially when it comes to like creativity with your models. Like they love it when they see like new models brought up like this or many others that you probably will see in the future if you join.
Well, Ender, like, the vibe I'm getting here is like, well, I showed up to one meeting, but then they uploaded all these models. Ooh, I want some of that. Give me some of that. No, I can't.
Well, once I I joined a couple of their
was actually
community
chaotic.
meetings and stuff like that,
Right.
and they're awesome.
No,
So-
I don't doubt that.
I think actually
Your
last time I
family
showed up to a
and-
meeting,
Especially Rusty. Rusty's the. I would say he's an open-hearted kind of guy. He likes to bring people in and be like. He kind of helps them out when it comes to this community to help new people settle in, and know like all about the species and what you can be able to do and not do.
Right. He's a pretty stand-up guy. I certainly put faith in him. Let's see. Oh, I didn't get this side. Pardon me. Let me do a pan.
There's gonna be a lot more art added in the next update because
Uh-huh.
I haven't been able
Should
to
make
add the latest version of the map, so there's gonna be a lot more art put in here,
yeah.
and hopefully
I'm
separate
turning it
galleries
into
along in
a
the
zip
walls
file,
too.
okay?
Hmm.
As we speak, I'm turning it into a zip file already.
Oh, is it almost ready?
Yeah, I gotta upload it to like a fucking cloud server or
Is
something.
that the
so I can
version
send
with
it to you.
that version with this building done still, or is that still need to be done?
He's smoking a cigarette.
Well, we need to redo a few parts because we saw some things that are not doing too good.
I don't know why, but
Like
the way your
initially
avatar
commit-
moves without moving the legs reminds me of those freaking stair lifts you'd see
Yeah,
at
that's the main
old
thing is
person's
fixing the
house.
live. That's gonna be fixed
Listen
soon.
here. If I was a superhero, I'd be Lazy Man. I would demand that there be like sideways escalators
shit.
everywhere so that I wouldn't have to move my legs. I could get to the crime scene.
Would you need to be? You're just gonna be like lazy man. You're gonna sit out front with a shotgun until you starve them out.
Yeah, exactly. Well, like, even better, it's going to
It
be the
works.
adventures of, like, Wimpy Man and Lazy Man. I'm going to be the Lazy Man. There's going to be, like, little...
Man.
You know those...
Man and Lazy Man.
You know those things from the airport that, like, help you go forward faster? Those little ramps that, like, you step
Yeah.
on? I'm gonna arrange a deal with...
Speedy boys.
Yeah, I'm gonna arrange a deal with the city to have a bunch of those set up so that I could just slide my way over to the crime scene, take care of it. Wouldn't have to walk.
Freaking cha-cha slide.
Like, yeah,
Cha-cha slide into battle.
I mean, listen, I'm a big panda, okay? And the only other people that are thick are Miyagic and that one guy who's like King Kuma of the hyenas. So we
oh, yeah.
and Ruby Char. That guy's pretty fat. Probably hits the China buffet after work every day. Nah, I kid.
Dude, I went to a China buffet today.
Is that an admission that you're fat?
How was that?
Nah, I kid.
I've actually lost weight. Used to be fat.
All right. Well,
Fatter.
don't catch up to that. Let's,
Funny enough, my job, they're partnering up with a restaurant, and pretty much we're gonna have like this Chinese, like a mini Chinese buffet where you can pick your noodles and such. A lot of people, like some of my coworkers, already said that it tastes pretty good, so maybe sometime I'll try it out and see what it tastes like. Really.
Hey, Rusty.
Put on a Panda Express
up?
this year. into my
I love
town.
Panda Express.
You'll get my endorsement.
I like food. I like eating stuff. What's up?
So, you want to continue this little tour, or was there somebody outside you
Oh,
want me to
sure,
meet?
sure. We can keep going out.
All right. Hey, you two. Let's go.
We have the Discord link, of course.
Rusty,
What's
the
up?
cool thing is that Rusty likes my tail.
It's
The
amazing.
Discord boys.
I do like that
The
link.
funny
That
thing
is
is that I was
amazing.
trying to keep it above the actual
That's you, Joe.
floor
I'm right over
of
here.
the Unity,
That's you, Joe.
and
Why are you invisible?
Wait, Rusty, real quick.
it just made it.
Let me go approach some of the locals.
I don't know. This world's weird.
All right. Well, hey everybody.
Guess what?
Excuse me, but I have something important to tell you. You're a certified butt.
Hey, Mar.
Nah, kid. Hey,
Yeah,
Spencer.
well, guess what? I'm actually going to host Werewolf, and the Avery I was talking about will be showing up. Not that Avery you know.
Okay. So you want me to talk to these fine folks?
Meet my lab rat.
That
Where
sounds
the hell is
gay.
he? Oh, he's a best boy right now.
Sorry,
I
couldn't
didn't. I wasn't a best boy though. Something.
No, he's a
It changed
Rattata.
me too.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, this is my lab rat.
That's false advertising. He was a best boy not 2 seconds ago.
Oh, I was infected with the best boy
Let me,
virus.
let me guess.
Apparently.
This thing changes you.
Yes, it does. Well, no. There's a gun that you can get shot by, and it will turn you into a best
gun
boy.
does.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
That just turned me into an infinite loading avatar because I can't load things that you know.
That's kind of weird.
What?
Oh,
No, it's because I don't load it on my client.
right.
Everyone else saw me as the best boy though.
What house is it? Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's
I saw you.
9:55.
This
What
is
the heck?
Mar.
Actually,
Okay, he's very camera shy
I need to go to
apparently.
sleep soon.
So he's also getting shot at.
You just shut yourself.
all right, Rusty.
Alright, so TJ.
I'm normal boy now.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
We got some very.
Hey.
We have a very serious discussion. A
I
very
know.
serious discussion. So damn serious. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so serious.
I'm not count for the camera side, I'm just lagging.
I turned off YouTube because I was watching your live stream at the same time and it aired up the lag.
Yeah.
Never mind, there goes the lag.
It's a little bit.
The lag. Oh boy, I'm running at 15 FPS.
I'm running 30.
I'm at 30, which is my
My
normal.
computer's having a stroke.
I think it's 30 is normal for me. So that's what I'm getting.
Man, that's a lonely
I
best
like
boy.
50.
Look at that guy. He's just sitting out there
14. Oh,
in
wait,
like a little
maybe
boat.
my 70s.
Everybody else is having a good time. Look at this guy.
He's just vibing. He's just vibing.
Okay. Well, where's his
Oh,
boombox?
so now.
Vibe music.
Yeah, where's his boombox? Like,
Yeah, that's true. I wonder. Actually, nothing. How would a best boy use headphones?
Actually, be this avatar.
You can
um,
click on these guys and you can.
AirPods.
Yeah. The cool
Actually,
thing is that
should
they hidden the pedestal inside the actual model. Though
Thunderbolt?
I've seen that some of the
That's not bad.
areas
This one's
where
broken.
you could click the. Oh yeah, some of them are broken. I was just saying that it's broken.
Like I said,
it's unfortunate that you didn't get on VR chat in
Show
VR.
But you're waiting for the
Why?
for an update, or for the.
Oh, there's
Unity
gonna be an update to the
update?
map done. Update to the map. Which will come before the Unity update.
The wings are interesting, by the way. They remind me of Evangelion, though,
Okay.
for some reason.
Why am I stuck loading? Oh, there we go.
All right. Rusty Dusty. There are also some other things I want to talk to you about when we get a chance to pull away.
Yeah, I guess we can. If we can get down.
Not
the
right
one
now,
We can
though.
just have all the. I can just ask you guys to stand back when we head over to cave.
Oh, okay.
You can just take them to the admin room.
Not the
That's
admin
That's a
room.
lot of work. That's a lot of work. We can just go to the cave and ask people to stay out. That shouldn't be too much of a big deal.
Stay out of the cave. Is that like Mr. Wilson's basement? What do you do, my cave? Get out of here.
Next, when I finish the big update, I want to make my own little personal room in the map.
Ooh, yeah, that would be kind of cool to have.
So you're just gonna be in there and like
Yes.
contemplating, like pondering.
It's gonna be a little area.
Okay.
Some of my personal stuff in there.
This guy's also kind of lonely. Oh, let's see.
Oh.
Oh wow, this is actually pretty cool. Yeah, Rusty, I might want to
know what
film
this
something
guy-
here. Like,
And if you want to, you
In my
can.
film project.
It kind of reminds me of the Mines of Moria. It kind of reminds me.
That's
of
where I
that.
got the inspiration for it.
is that from
Nice.
Game of Thrones? Not Game of Thrones. Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, Lord of the Rings. dedicated to all best.
There's some broken stuff down there.
Okay.
It's kind of like a dedication to the where we come from with the community.
Yeah. No, it's important to remember the past and the
Joe,
present.
I just want you to know one thing.
Yes, sir.
All my Pokekeepers are actually coming online. We're all gathering up. So this would be a time if you wanted to talk to them. I'm going back to spawn.
Oh.
Oh goodness, Drago, those wings.
Ender Girl, I have a big favor to ask of
Those
you.
drop my frame rates really big.
Can you tell
Yes.
Stranner I'll meet up with him later? I'm kind of in the middle of something. But no, don't tell him now. Don't tell him
Okay, I
now.
will.
Just like when
okay,
you
yeah.
when you see him next, just tell him, because you're free to come with us. Wait, where's cute Sylveon?
I'm gonna stay around. She went straight.
Alright, I'm
when
gonna
we were
put
up
the live stream
hill,
on
so-
the. I'm gonna put the live stream on the Best Boy Project now.
You didn't already do that?
Mhm.
No, I didn't already. Oh, I'm gonna do.
Yeah, Drago. Whenever I look at you, my frames kind of go down because of those wings. I know.
Honestly,
I know.
I'm just glad that
I
we
know
got the
you're her,
opportunity to
but
do this.
Anyway, but yeah.
So I don't know who these people are.
That's pretty cool.
Let me start clicking names. Oh, I know this guy. It's Draconic and Orange Joe. They've been so silent, I couldn't tell because I have my nameplates turned off. So we got this.
I think I've been muted for the most entire time. I don't even know how it happened,
Oh, no.
and I feel really dumb
Oh,
right
no.
now.
You big dummy!
It happens.
I don't even know how it happened.
Well, Orange Joe, the fact of the matter is, it happened. What are you gonna do about it now? I gotta pick yourself up.
Shake my breasts in a mirror.
Yeah, you're dummy thick. What's going on?
Alright, so down here.
Yes, sir. We got some ruins of Mordor.
We got to find the crystals of Dingledoof.
Dingledorf? What are you talking about?
Oh, there's cute. Wait, is that actually
Something a
cute,
streamer I watch
or
says.
is that like that's just a model?
There's another avatar.
Yeah.
Crandall Quest
For a second there, I thought it was cute Sylveon for some reason. Oh, it's a gold. It's a gold one. Excuse me, I'm taking that. This is mine. I'm entitled to a souvenir, and I'm taking this with me.
I prefer this being
It looks
anyway.
like
This is empty.
like an inflationable one. Like an
You're right.
inflatable best way.
Wait, is there a deeper section of the
I
cave?
prefer my stuff.
If you don't go down there, you'll die.
Oh, I don't want to die yet. So
I guess this would be a good time to kind of just start to chill out and do more of this questioning for the live stream you want to do.
you're right. You're right. You know what?
I'm my controller.
You three can join in on the dialogue if you so wish, but just remember.
Actually, I'd prefer with just you and me.
Oh,
Honestly.
really?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I guess
okay.
it's up to you.
We
All
can,
right.
we
Lost in
can
my own
respawn
room.
and wait for you guys.
Yeah, we'll try to come back in a relatively timely fashion, but if anybody asks,
Where am I?
we're in the caves of
Okay,
Mordor.
I know where I am. So, should I respawn or?
Yeah, just for right now. Rusty Dusty wants to talk to me about some
Alright,
stuff.
See you later.
Sure.
I mean,
Alright.
you want to do the questioning? So I'm just gonna sit down for that.
Yeah, sure.
Just sit over here.
Let me go ahead and let's find a nice backdrop. You know, something nice for the camera. Let me
Right here.
see. Yes, sir. I'm trying to capture the waterfall. The music is beautiful, by the way. Okay.
It was glad we chose what we chose.
All right. So, obviously, all of this is being broadcasted live. So,
Of course, yeah.
only
Let's keep it real.
yeah. So only comment on things that you're comfortable citing. Maybe
Of
avoid.
course.
Yeah, maybe avoid mentioning people by name specifically, but
I'd rather not pull up old wounds, I guess, when it comes to old situations.
right. I do a
Really
little.
kept that kind of stuff to a minimum.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. So I do a little film series here on VR Chat, and I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah, I know.
because
I'm very much aware.
That's my own little personal.
I'm very much aware, of course. Yes,
I'd ask
I
you to
know
be a
about
part
that.
of it, but you know you're busy running the Best Boys, and they need you. So
Yeah, we really wouldn't. Yeah.
I mention that because I feel like there is a empathy insofar as I share like a similar problem that you had, like not too long ago. Some of the things I heard about you, and again, I'm trying to be a neutral party here. I'm honestly all for you, bud, because you're a pretty cool guy, and I think that, you've been getting the raw end of, like, some people's...
Yeah, there's definitely been a lot of issues with me. I remember that one time there was a whole Discord group created just to go after me. But I feel like a lot of the main issues people have had with me have succeeded as they've seen the successes.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And if people still have those issues, frankly, I feel a lot of them are bitter or just can't move on from the past. But I feel like that's to each their own. You can't really make everyone happy, so I've learned to deal with that in a lot of ways.
Ah, you've learned the fundamental truth of any group. You can make a lot of people happy, but you're not going to make everybody happy at all times. Somebody's going to be left out, or maybe they feel resentful, but the perception that I have...
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people who might be just jealous, I've noticed too.
Oh, definitely.
But, it's gonna happen no matter what.
Covetous. The green-eyed monster. As it relates back to you, though...
Okay.
Here's the perception. So, a lot of people were a part of this community, and they have almost a nostalgia. They don't... If it's gonna...
Oh, yeah, I've definitely noticed that.
Yeah. So
for me, honestly, with that, there's really nothing I can do for those kind of people except give them what I do. And if they want to help and they want to pitch in to make it the community then they want to see in it, then do what I did. Make yourself a part of it. Be the change you want to see, I guess. Like, kind of the best way I can put it.
Very mature, Rusty.
I try.
The perception is that you were an usurper, that you were a pretender, that you stepped onto the field.
Yeah, I've noticed that a lot of people really haven't seen a lot of that, which I can understand.
Mm-hmm.
I did come in at a very turbulent time to where I am, and it happened a lot very fast. And with me being as young as I am, it's definitely going to happen.
A friend of mine in the Hyena Emporium, a girl, we unfortunately had a falling out, but it was more because of, differences of opinion and things like that. But I always found her very inspirational and moving, but I'm not going to say her name. I will say that she is of similar age to you. The one thing that she always complained to me about is she felt that she was discriminated based on her age.
I've definitely felt that. Definitely. It's happened. I think a lot of people feel like I'm not the kind of person who deserves to run the community. Sometimes I feel like I can agree with, sometimes I feel like I can't agree with, but it's been a lot of hard work combating everything that would have gone against me to get to where we are today.
Well, here's the thing. The difference is you actually put your plans in motion and got together with people to try to do it. Other people, they can fumigate and...
I like to think so.
Talk behind your back all they want, but the fact of the matter is they didn't...
People do, definitely. It's something I've learned to accept, and that's going to happen, and people are going to always try and do that. Which, if you get nothing better to do, then it's kind of honestly pathetic. That all you can do with your time is just talk about me behind me, a 16-year-old who's trying his best to make this community for people to enjoy. Then, honestly, you do you, man. It's not something I can really do anything with.
No.
I guess.
Also, for the audience, I'm going to change the camera one more time so that we can focus on you a little bit more. There we go. Also, you're slipping and sliding here, buddy. You need help with that?
Oh, no, I'm good.
There you go.
It's just my trackers are complete and utter shit. I really need to get a better way of doing them, but for now, this is what I've got.
Yeah. So, we've talked about this. We've talked about how people had less than favorable opinions about you, and maybe they were being unfair about you,
Oh, I think they were pretty unfair about how things were.
So, how about you just, if you can, maybe, I wouldn't say necessarily a TLDR, but what were your initial challenges when you first started trying to bring the community back? Because you're basically a
lot of the challenges were people's not wanting an activity, was a big issue early on. There were really no active people when I first started. We had about, I think, 40 or 50 people on the server when I first inherited and started running it. And when I started running, then we had about five or six active people.
Jesus.
And I also inherited a lot of the bureaucracy from the first server. Like all the different role systems, the meetings, doing the meetings every week, how things were expected to run for the community. That was a lot of that inherited stuff, which needed reform. Reform would come, but it would come a lot later than if you'd started fresh.
Right.
I think that inheriting and managing that bureaucracy, reforming it to where we are today, I think has been a really good accomplishment of mine. Taking the stuff that worked, keeping that, and taking away the stuff that didn't work. Definitely been like one of my main challenges.
I'm trying to remember what somebody said. I'm not sure if it was directed at you, but it was in a similar vein. Somebody said that you're... I think the most unfair thing that I've heard is that you're like considered out of touch. And I'm like, you know...
Yeah. I mean, if you consider me out of touch, then come talk to me about it, you know? Like, I'm not a mind reader. I don't read people's minds. If you have an issue with me or comments, questions, come to me about it. My DMs are always open to you. If you have any issues with me or complaints that you want to bring to me, and I'll respect your opinions about it, and I'll do my best to write them and make things better and to fix myself to make the community the best it can be.
Right.
That's always been my goal. Because I feel like I want to create a community that I would have been happy and proud to be a part of back 2 years ago when I was in a bad place mentally. I want to create a place where people can come and be with other people who are like-minded and have a good time. And I feel like that would have helped me a lot. And original Best Boy community did help a lot. I want to create a kind of sphere where people can make friends and just have a good time with each other.
Right.
Without like that kind of stress or anxiety.
No, I gotcha.
I think recently I've been pretty successful at that. Things have been going really well with the server. We've seen a lot of new activity. We've seen a lot of new members joining in. It's been a journey getting here, but I think that we're finally starting to get to a good place.
Right. Just gonna pivot the camera a bit more because I feel like maybe it's a little bit too far away from you. There we go.
I'm watching on my monitor and it looks pretty good.
I'm picky because I try my tricks of cinematography, but this is a little bit different, being an engager and cameraman at the same time. But let's continue. So,
sure, all right.
You see the pieces. There's all these people that are kind of there, but maybe. Excuse me, sir, madam. Can you give us a moment?
What?
We're having a private conversation here. Thanks.
Who is that?
It was Chad Warren. I think that's what his name was.
Oh, yeah, that's we're good year then.
All right.
Yeah, I think we might be getting with someone at some point later, but we'll see what happens with it.
So, you're picking up the pieces. There's people in the server already that maybe are kind of there, but they're kind of not. They're distracted with their everyday life. They're not engaged. And
I'd say right now I've looked at how the server, we have a bot on there which tracks the trends on the server activity. I'd say we have a good active base of like 300 to 400 people. Which is around half the server who is consistently active. 200 who are sometimes rated, sometimes active, joining in a little bit, sometimes here and there. Then about 150 who just don't really do much with the server and join in like maybe once a month on the server. Or check into it, which I think is a pretty decent ratio for a server of our size and our start.
Right.
I'm pretty happy with that.
Hey, so long as you're satisfied with it.
It's definitely been going well. Been a lot better than the way it was before. That's where we are now.
I guess my question now is, like, since you're starting off and people maybe weren't taking you very seriously because of your age, and other factors about you. Actually, let's wheel it back to the very beginning. I would assume that you were a part of the old Best Boy community, at least in some.
Yes, but I was not active with it. At that time, I was really suffering a lot from a lot of anxiety issues and a lot of other mental issues, which I prefer not to get into on camera. But I did have a lot of mental kind of issues at that time, which made it hard for me to interact with people. I made some good friends at the time, some of which I still see today.
Mm-hmm.
And mainly I started to come out of my shell at the end of that and start saying maybe I should kind of step in.
Yeah.
Start doing more with community, which is coincidentally the same time the first community went completely, I guess. Finally went down there.
It was like the fall of the Western Roman Empire, but
I prefer I'd compare it more to the fall of the Yugoslavia.
yeah,
Kind of splitting off.
You're right in the sense that like
apt comparison.
Like 3
It wasn't
communities.
really an invasion per se.
No, but like 3 communities sprung up after the fact. AUFF being one of them, but like I forget.
Well, the AUFF as of has been pretty much gone.
Yeah.
At one point, me and Klaus, who were still friends at the time, tried to do a server merge, which didn't go well at all, and that led to, oh my fucking god, Dr. E.
Hello.
You bastard, hello.
He looks like he's from Silent Hill.
That's what I said.
Hey, bro, can you respond? We're trying to have a conversation here, buddy.
Nah, that's good. He's cool. He's cool.
Break dancing.
I know he's cool. He's vibing.
boy.
He's just vibing.
Vibing, bro.
Fair enough.
But yeah, we're trying to do an interview thing, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's
see if I can get this. All right. So, have you ever had a challenge to your authority? Because I would imagine that a lot of people in the very beginning were kind of, I wouldn't say spiteful.
I was the original server owner of the group that I originally started to run. I ran over from the last guy. Tried to create some issues, but we eventually talked it out. I'm actually decently friends. We talk sometimes on Instagram now. That was like one of the first trials I had to deal with. Then, of course, you had other people who were, I call them more purists, who believed that this community would never live up to anything with compared to the old one, which in their minds maybe it won't, which is something that's going to happen no matter what. And like I said, you can't please everyone.
Yeah.
Come on, my thing with that, I guess.
Well,
you really can.
Thinking about it, the way that you mentioned that, it's unfair to say, oh, well, this will never level up to what it was, because that's basically...
Yeah, it's unfair, but, some people, it's in their minds it won't, which is... something you're just going to have to deal with, I guess.
Right. The thing with that is, though, you're comparing a community that came up organically from an entirely different era than VRChat 2019.
Yeah, VRChat era is... The culture of VRChat definitely influences what we have to do to continue to innovate and continue to survive in the current way VRChat is.
Well, one thing
I think that we've done a fairly good job with adapting to it.
Oh, well, certainly.
Like, for example, we don't do many structured meetings anymore. Like last, where they would do the once a week at everyone's for those. We don't do those anymore. We do meetups where you have a select role for it. You can come just join in and chill out on the map, or like game nights, kind of more interactive, more fun kind of events. So just sitting there for an hour.
Gotcha.
Yeah, it's been pretty good.
With all these updates like constantly coming through, I often question the leadership of the VRChat dev team because it feels like some of these updates.
Yeah, I guess that's its own thing.
They break.
Personally, I'm starting to plan some expansion out. Yeah, but that's gonna happen with VRChat. You kind of have to get used to that. But what I'm also planning to eventually expand out into other games. Have you ever heard of there's a new VR game coming out, maybe I think soon, called Lavender, which I'm starting to look more into. I'm starting to look more into that. It seems very friendly to this kind of content, where a VRChat-esque kind of deal, but with a better development team. And getting the best voice in there early on in that game's development would allow us to kind of shape that group a bit more than we would have here in VRChat. Yeah.
I think it comes down to the whole idea of like... So technically, VRChat has been in beta for a long time. Technically.
Yeah, but I guess that's its own topic.
Yeah, I mean, I know that there's like all of these topics that we're mentioning, but... And for the audience out there, if you're not involved with VRChat, some of the things that we're going to be saying won't make sense. I will definitely probably comment on this on a future live stream or video, but
I guess
please be
VR.
honest.
I guess that like kind of like topic can relate to the best boy stuff, but I kind of like want to keep it focused on that. That's what we're kind of
Yes.
here for.
But all of these topics are kind of interrelated because they impact the ability for these communities to sort of like thrive and survive. And what you've done like for the best boy community, like the Neo best boy community, has been you offered a fresh look.
I'm sure, yeah.
Yeah, you've offered a fresh look on the new best boy, which it's different, but it's sleek, it's attractive, it's cute.
I plan on making the 4.0 edition a bit closer to the original design in terms of muzzle shape and hands. They're going to be a bit different. And the hands are going to be completely redone with the new model if we get an edit, and I want to restructure the face a little bit more to it.
How about you
Try to
hold
make
out
it
your hand?
look a lot better. Definitely needs some work.
Let's see. How thick are they compared to mine? Well, mine are a little bigger. Best Boy anatomy was always interesting to me, but
We have on our lore sheet, we do have anatomy and stuff set up now, where you can see what your skeletal structure looks like.
Right.
There.
Honestly, I'd like you to come back with me, maybe to spawn. We could talk to some of the the people that have come in.
Should we be playing around there? Yeah, sure. Why not?
Not just yet. Okay. All right. Guess we're gonna get out of here. All right. Let's see.
Yeah.
What on
Yeah.
earth?
You should have made this like a friends plus. Oh, sorry.
Is this public or what is this?
I think this is public.
Yeah,
I
this is
think.
I think it's a public.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's why I was questioning it. And, oh, sorry, I should be best boy.
Yes. Always the best way. And you got a
I like the
graphics
fact that it's
upgrade,
the tool
Dr.
gun
E.
from. I like the fact that it's the tool gun from Gmod.
I might actually
yeah, of course
have.
it
No
is.
man should have that much power.
Ooh, that's a pretty red one.
Yeah, give him a graphics updates. There we go.
Give me 1 second. I think I have my own
I guess
best
that-
boy.
You
Another one of
upgraded,
the-
you changed my model.
1 second, so over.
Wait, can anyone?
Well, at
grab
least
this
get the
gun, or is it
Mississippi. You
just
didn't say the Mississippi, and now I look like this. Holy bejesus, my eyes are recessed.
Ooh.
This is old.
Dr. E.
And it's the old
I mean,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, this is the old one. This
I think
is a,
you can use the
but it's a good
the
looking
new
one.
one here if you want to try that.
If you
Down
wanted
here.
to, Joe, I can redo your best boy
Yeah, maybe
and
sometime.
make it look like Panda. Yeah.
I really appreciate the
Forgot
offer.
about these cowboy best boys.
Let's see. Wait, is that a PlayStation 1
Those are
circle?
going to be
That is a
remade.
PlayStation 1 circle. Look at that
So
thing.
you can only pick it up. That's
Holy
probably for the
bejesus.
best,
Only
you know.
admins can pick it up.
You should
Yeah.
probably go back to freaking
Ah,
Silent
okay.
Hill. All right,
Why
Rusty
did you?
Dusty.
Why did you change me into this? I was happy being
So I
a
want to.
cowboy.
No cowboys.
You're abusing your
Your
power. Admin brutality.
Hi, Senpai.
I don't think that's
That's
a
why it's
thing.
admin only. These things.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why those tools are admin only. Those tools are useful for like just when moderating the server and just kind of shutting them off here because I'm really. We just got these
Like
put in.
Spyro graphics from
Right.
PS1.
Yeah.
Cute
Yeah.
Sylveon kept mentioning something. Oh my gosh, somebody wrecked the
Yeah.
checkers board.
Oh right. I think it has a what's it called? A reset button there.
Sylveon mentioned something about a boat ride, something like that. I think I remember start.
I guess we could go on the boat ride, sure. Hey, is everyone on the boat?
I have never been on the boat.
Yeah.
Let's go on the boat.
Oh, what's cool is that you can be the statues here too.
Draconics thinks he's an angel.
You know, gonna scroll by without saying howdy.
Oh wait, I thought it was gonna be the cave boat ride, but no, this is cool too. Like, can this actually go? Can this actually go to the ocean?
You gotta sit down.
Like, does this go out?
Hey, take a seat. Take a seat.
You have 10 seconds. Oh shoot! Ah. Oh. 10 seconds. 10 whole
I can't
seconds.
see the wings are in
I'm
the
trying.
Holy bejesus, we can actually ride.
No, no.
Oh no.
Ender girl got left behind.
Yeah, Intergirl kind of died.
Escape to the
Alright.
pirate's code.
Big F.
And my ears are getting in the way of the camera. Alright, our dear viewers, it's getting hard for me to hold on to the camera. So, let's see if I can... There we go. Oh, shoot. I didn't think about that. Okay, there we go. I pinned it to the world, and I forgot that, like, the boat is moving, so it just, like,
Just give me a...
passed by.
You got it back?
Yep, I got it back. Also, we're getting some mad turbulence. I'm not sure that's the terminology to use for a boat ride, but...
It wouldn't be at all. It'd be,
Waves.
It would be the velocity of the boat. Yeah. Big wake.
Oh, there we go. Can I turn the camera? There we go. Alright. So Draconic's at the helm of the ship. Well, I shouldn't say helm. He's at the front of the ship. I forgot the terminology of boats. Starboard.
It's a bow, stern, port, starboard. And I work on boats.
I ain't no boatman. Boatswain.
I am a boatsman.
This is a very irregular crew. If you look around, this is a self-contained island. It appears that the best boys live here in their own self-contained kingdom, and the chapel appears to be the biggest structure. Honestly, I'm getting, like, Oblivion vibes, kind of. Like the music, and the structures, like, Oblivion mixed with Warcraft. I think the one thing I would say is, I'm on a boat! I'm on a oh, shoot.
Hi.
So,
Hello.
Girl, I guess you didn't get the memo. It said you should sit down within 10 seconds, or you will be left
I
behind.
was trying to sit down, but it didn't go through very well.
And the irony is in your desktop mode, so you should have had an easy time doing that.
I was lagging. Like, it's
alright.
very laggy on this side of the
It
map.
is, it is. I'm not faulting you for that.
So it was jittering my mouse pretty badly, to the point where it was very slow.
Oh my gosh, look at the people doing the hokey pokey over here.
Hello. Ooh,
Who is
hello.
this? Who is this? Who is this?
Like the Avatar did?
This Doc.
Yes.
Hi, Rusty.
I
what's up?
finally got it to load. It took me a few times, but I got it.
Let's see.
And also to give you a heads up, I've had a few shots.
I can tell.
A few shots.
Yes. Yes, on an empty stomach for that matter, and I don't regret it.
It's Monday. This is a Saturday and Friday thing.
Well,
here's the thing, though. I don't work
We're not talking about that.
until Tuesday night, so I could drink on Monday night if I wanted to, and not regret it.
You certainly could. Alright, so, Rusty Dusty.
What's
down,
rockin'?
What's down that way?
Oh, not much. This is just
It's been a while since I've been in one of your maps, and, like, I remember there being, like, an underground, like, cave, whatchamacallit, it's like a a boat ride, but not, like, the big boat ride. We're talking about, like, a small, like, I wouldn't say, like, a swan boat. It was more like a brass sort of lane thing, but I figured...
Oh, the train on the city?
Oh, yeah, it might have been the train. You're right. Is this just...
That's gone.
Oh, it's gone. Oh, man. I was looking
Yeah.
forward to that.
I might eventually incorporate that back. Incorporate something similar to that back whenever I make a bunch of mass updates of this map more.
Well, Rusty, why don't you take me back to Cyrodiil? And maybe even Skyrim. There could be there already is oh.
This isn't working yet.
Oh,
I was giving something in here. I just haven't put it in yet.
False advertising so
I
far.
just can't go in yet for some reason. Alright, let's here.
Sure, let's continue this tour.
We'll be coming.
Let's keep this gravy train rolling.
The city wall is here. That's the area up here.
This looks very Native American slash spiritual.
Some of these boys here.
Just kind of chilling. You know, maybe taking those psychedelics, having their visions.
They just vibing in the Ritz car. Yeah, they just vibing, man.
I can dig it. All right.
Yeah, man.
So, other side of the map, is there anything over there that would be noteworthy that you'd like to show
Not
the
yet.
audience?
Not yet. There will be, just not yet. It's being worked on.
Right.
Yeah. This app is still early in its development. I'm gonna be getting the big major update out. It's like before, hopefully it's before the end of the year, which is gonna be this big thing, which is gonna add a whole lot of new stuff to the map.
Mm-hmm.
But basically mainly with the castle and the town. Then I'm gonna focus on doing stuff out here more.
No, I gotcha. I'm changing it back to my default avatar. Pardon me a moment. There we go. Panda Man is back.
You gotta make a new best boy.
I do.
Make a new best boy.
I will.
Yes.
It's weird. I feel like I was faster as best boy. Well, maybe that's not weird. That makes sense.
It's smaller.
Fat panda. So, like, I have to say, we got a pretty good view of the overall city from the water, but I really like how the chapel is like the biggest thing in the middle to greet visitors, and that there's like a market square where people can just chill out, hang out, and have a good time.
When you join in,
Rusty, I did offer to remake his avatar, so
that'd be sweet.
And your girl's such a sweetheart. I should say that more often, but you know, I get caught up in the moment. Though, Ender Girl, don't take this the wrong way. You can be kind of a handful sometimes.
yes, I can be sometimes.
The whole map.
Hey, don't be a troublemaker, sister.
To center square from up here.
Mm-hmm. You know, actually, this is a good way. Like, how long did you want this to continue? Just out of curiosity.
Oh, however you want to do it. It's really up to you. I really don't mind. I can stay up all night.
This has been a very open-ended sort of live stream, and honestly, maybe we should have put some foresight and planning. But when you mentioned it to me last night, I was just kind of like, "Oh, Rusty Dusty wants to do something. Sounds pretty cool."
We can do another one later down the line, a more structured one, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, what I like about improv in the moment is that it's very organic. The delivery is generally like whatever's off the top of your head, and comes off more naturally. But obviously,
there's pros and cons. But yeah,
this lacks the structure that would be tenable if we prepared a little bit more. Let's see. Oh
yeah,
no!
Like I said, we can do another thing like this later.
Oh no!
Oh, stinky.
Uganda. Nobody wants that. Actually,
stinky.
No. You guys want that because that's your alternative food source. You eat blobby knuckles. That's why you're so thin. I mean, look at you. You're skin and bone. You need some mood. You need some sustenance. Listen, like, oh Jesus, Rusty, come on, man. I know that. Oh, it's fake.
That's an avatar.
it's a fake avatar.
Yeah,
this is gonna be part of an expansion to do the map, maybe next year sometime, which is going to a space update, have its own space area.
Space update.
Maybe it'll be its own map.
Rusty Dusty, pardon me a second.
Hey,
Drazarn, come back over here. I've talked to these fine folks for a bit.
I don't know if it's.
We're doing a live stream right now, so maybe licking people on camera isn't the best idea. So Drazarn.
I don't care. It's not that big of a deal, honestly.
Well, you certainly. You're shooting him. Cut that out. All right, so Drazarn, hey, I'm in danger.
Stormtroopers.
Don't be flashing your knife.
VR or something like that.
So Drazarn,
because
in the time I've known you, I've never really had the chance to talk to you about this, but have you ever had a chance, an opportunity to be a part of the Best Boy community? before now?
With the Stormtroopers of VR.
I attended some meetings, yeah, a long time ago when it was Best Boys versus the yeah, the Knuckles, yeah.
And how do you feel
we
about...
all equipped the flamethrowers and invaded.
So you're a veteran, is what you're telling me.
I was a volunteer.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. You're one of the irregular forces. So tell me about your tour of duty. You saw some things in Uganda.
Hold on here.
You fought the war.
When I attempted to participate, the worlds were only able to accommodate at most 32 people, but at the time the popularity was like 60 plus. So we'd all be trying to participate in one world, but the meetings would just be so large, and there'd be some people that weren't actually there to participate, but they'd be there just to like
Drez,
take
can I
a
ask you a
slot.
question real quick? I want to hear what your opinion. I think this would be a good question for the stream. What do you think? What do you like about the new community compared to the old community, and what do you think about that kind of differences? I guess. What made you want
Your
to decide to go
activity,
back
the
into the new community?
creativity, the amount of like participation, and the consistent updates of content, like everything is just rapidly progressing. Cute the Sylveon, I've seen your animations personally, and I love the amount of work you put into them.
I'm broken.
So it's just there's a lot more going on with the Best Boys than there ever was before. The sheer amount of variety between them, the lack of limitations, because before the Best Boy models were like really strict on their design to the point of like you couldn't customize them to the amount of coloration variation, the color variations that you have currently wouldn't be allowed.
Yeah, that was bullshit. That's why I decided not to do that.
Right. So the way the Best Boys are handled now, I think that there's less political statements involved and there's less strict guidelines. Although look at this one's color. Look at this. This is awesome. I love the speckles and stuff. Like this is something I wouldn't see on a Best Boy ever. Like,
This is a commission
I
I did
love
for
it.
him.
Yeah. And that's something that wasn't often done. You couldn't commission somebody in the Discord to help you with your model. You'd have to be creative on your own, and then that would take extra time, or maybe it wouldn't be good
One of my
enough.
goals
people
with
would be
that
kinda
was to.
critical.
Because I want everyone to have. My goal is to have everyone have their own special, well-looking custom Best Boy. And if my commission's open to let people do that, then that's what I'm going to do. The more custom Best Boys, the more people going around with them, there will be. Which means more people using the Best Boy avatar, more people seeing the Best Boy avatar, and more people will find the community. So I see that as an overall win. That's why I made the Best Boy texture on the new model very easy to edit in its own PSD format. So it has everything you'll need in that, all the layer systems to make it look good.
Right. Well,
and that's worked out pretty well.
Sorry. Please continue.
Oh, I'm good.
On the off chance that we like, I'm not sure, how structured this is going to be from this point onwards, but Rusty, I was thinking offhand, and you three are free to participate as well. Why don't we set up the camera so that it's behind us, maybe a little bit raised, so it's looking down at the span of the city. I'll go ahead and set this up. Why don't you go ahead and stand as close to the edge as possible. I promise I won't push you over. Okay. Fantastic. He just jumps right off. Okay. So, let's see.
Another thing I think I want to talk about after this, I do want to talk more about some personal stuff that's been going on, I guess, later a little bit.
We can certainly do that.
When we're done here, yeah.
Jasarn, go ahead and get in on that. And let me... You know what? I'm just going to turn to the camera right now. So, this is Tujo Panda. I am the head of this unit. I'm head of this YouTube channel, and I had the opportunity to be a part of the Best Boy community. Not in an official capacity, but mostly as somebody that got to see its rise and fall in the old days of VR before I really got involved with things. But I have been in the servers. I have not attended meetings, unfortunately. Mostly, I was just part of the worlds in general and managed to engage with anybody and everybody that happened to walk on through and appear in the level. But Rusty Dusty Fox has certainly shown that a community that was giving its dying breath can be restored and brought back to life with just a modicum of care, determination, and honestly,
anxiety and stress. Don't forget that. There's a lot of that.
Well, we're trying to keep this positive, but yes, the reality is anxiety and stress
I've aged 15 years over the last year for this community. Bah!
You've certainly matured a lot. I wouldn't say 15 years worth, but I will say that you've matured a lot. But no,
15 years.
For the moment, this is definitely
Yeah,
a success story.
You learn any fancy cooking recipes?
Of course.
Zarn, listen, we all know that you want to be the next Gordon Ramsay, but, you know, you're probably going to end up being a Guy Fieri. I mean, look at your freaking fur.
What can you bake or can you cook?
All right, Zarn, put a sock in for a moment. All right, so Rusty Dusty.
Yes.
Before we continue on with various other parts of the stream,
What's styling, dude?
How about you go ahead and talk to the camera for a moment? It's right up here.
Oh, what do I say? What do I say?
Words of inspiration, words of encouragement. I will follow.
I guess for like if you were starting your own community, I guess stick with it. If originally when you start off you're not gonna get as much success, make your goals small but continue to build upon them. Like start off saying, "Oh, we'll get to this amount soon." Like still build upon your goals. Interact with people. Get what people want in your head. That means that what you want. It's never once you create a community, it's never going to be about you anymore. It's going to be about the people who follow the community and are a part of it. I guess is the best thing I can say. I don't know how to end that off, but that's kind of like a thing. And I'm always bad at these kind of things, but like I managed to get this far, and I bet that someone else could do some amazing stuff too.
Some things that come to mind. You build the foundation, people are going to come. And they're going to make additions. Yeah. They're going to build up from that. So, taking it from there, I guess the Neo Best Boy community, as I can call it, is sign that even a dead fandom can be brought back to life. And Rusty Dusty Fox has certainly been the rising phoenix that has, taken VR chat by storm and created a wonderful community by which people can be a part of. And
don't flatter me like that. I know it's all good, but like
no, I'm serious.
Another thing that's really, really, really important. I need to say something really, really important.
Okay.
Stay humble. Always stay humble. Do not let the ego get to your head. That will ruin a lot of things for you. Never let it get to your head, I guess.
I would say names, but I will refrain. Well, I'll refrain from doing that.
Let's not talk about that.
No. But, people allowed the power to get to their heads, or the illusion of power. And that has led to more destruction than it has development. And really, people have to want to be a part of something, and they can't be forced to. You can't just assert your dominance over others by picking an arbitrary position. Rusty Dusty, he's sort of organically risen up to this, and people look up to him, and I have to say, I pat you on the back, sir.
People look up to me of all people? Wow, I can't believe it. It's honestly, for me, being where we are today, it's just been a whirlwind of excitement, just constant changes in how things have been going. It's just been overall positive for me, just to see how well people adjusted and things are going. I wish I had a community like the Best Boy Project to be a part of when I was a few years ago when I was in a bad mental place, kind of thing. Like if I had this community, I think it would have been a lot better back then. If I had found the community like this, and I want to try and create that for the people who are coming in right now, kind of find that space we talked about earlier.
It's wonderful. Did you have any closing statements? Maybe keep the Sylveon. Anybody else before I hand it over?
Can I say something?
You go ahead. Can. Let me go ahead.
I love you.
Oh my god.
Is it just
sweetheart? Oh my god.
I love the Best Boys.
You're on the wrong mic, by the way.
I love the Best Boys.
I love everyone in this community that has helped. Everyone
Best
here
Boys,
is just amazing.
Coming to the Best Boy thing helped me learn how to make avatars.
That's great. Well, listen. We're going to continue this live stream, but I wanted to at least have some closing statements in the event that we forget to get to them later. So thanks for that.
Yeah. Anyone else have anything they want to say?
I'm waiting for Dezarn to fall.
I like pretty girls.
Waiting for Dezarn to fall. Yep, he fell. Okay, everybody, we can all cheer. Dezarn's gone.
I don't know why we're cheering.
Because somebody I know fell. And now he's breakdancing in the All right. Let's continue this however way you want. Oh, wait. Did Rusty fall? Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
There he is.
Shh. Hey, Rusty. Where'd you want to take this live stream?
Rockin', dude.
Do you want to talk about
I
something
guess we
else?
can head to the. I guess we can head to back to the cave again.
The cave? Sure. Okay, let's go grab Dezarn.
Over here, come click on. You see this here?
You're on the wrong mic, I think.
Click on.
Oh.
Look for everyone. Click on the live feed here.
Wait. Before we do that, somebody new that I know just appeared in the level. If you don't mind, I'd like to have a few words with him on camera.
What's rocking?
Nothing much. This only thing I have is a gravity gun.
Hey, Shaw.
See?
I had something very important to tell you while you're on camera. You're a butt! Nah, kid.
Okay, you're getting blasted.
Oh, no!
He's the best boy.
Hey,
I just clicked something.
So, Dr. Shaw, you're another person that, I know and, have, talked to on several occasions. You look very happy right now, by the way. Or maybe you were trying to take a nap.
Yeah, I didn't expect to click together by from across the map.
So,
Yeah,
tell me
way too
about
much
your
power
personal
with that thing.
experiences that you've had with the Best Boy community. Were they mostly favorable?
I was around when they first, at the beginning, if I remember correctly. But I didn't really attend most of the meetings, even though I did meet a lot of people from it.
Well, it's hard to attend all the meetings. I mean,
I actually had the screen interactive,
look
so
at
you can actually go
our
up and down,
film
like, select your
project.
avatar and stuff like that, do some other stuff from the screen.
But
Fine, let's go old school then. Let's go for one from Best Boy.
They're missing their fluff.
I mean,
They're missing their black.
did you see the PlayStation 1 one?
I was forced into Best Boy.
No, let's go PS
I was
1 style.
forced.
No, you
Best
don't
Boy
look.
1.0.
That is not PlayStation 1. That's more like
They
PlayStation 3.
forced me.
Upgraded to PlayStation 4/PC. Oh, there
Yes.
we go.
Oh no. Oh no, you shall
There you go.
No.
So
No.
You shall bring No, Rusty.
It's
You shall
the
bring by
voice.
accident.
There we go. Gotta make this more, so it doesn't have as much of a range.
I think that big bull sticky note I think to say, do not touch Rusty.
do not touch Rusty.
Do not touch the Rusty.
Can I see the dress
Don't touch
avatar?
Later.
The dress avatar.
Can I?
Here, let me see it.
The what?
Later.
So, Rusty, you still wanted to
I'll
go to the
make you
cave?
your own one later.
I think Aldwin.
Yeah.
I don't like wearing
Hey, come here.
dresses.
Oh, okay.
Who made it?
Come here.
Sure.
I
What's
did.
up, pal?
See, click on looking
the
for
one
everyone
made-
here. Click on cave.
Yeah.
Oh,
Then
Okay,
click on
from
the
the
picture.
cave.
Oh shit, it does say it on it.
I click cave. What do we...
That's fucking useful. You can just blast
Uh-oh.
them without
Uh-oh.
Picture of the
one
cave.
using it. Me
He's
forces
gone.
them.
Look on the picture of the cave.
So do I?
Now I can stick my tongue out.
Okay. Aw, you're just a cute little cutie.
There we are.
All right.
Yeah, so and up here, I guess.
Yes, sir.
I want to get a golden boy.
Well, you're gonna have to work for it. Not kid. Oh, do you want to do it here? Actually, you know what? This is a
Yeah,
pretty
sure,
good
why
backdrop.
not?
Oh, okay.
The statue.
I
All
guess
right.
kind of like what I wanted to kind of go into now is like kind of like how this is mentally affected me running the group.
Sure. I mean, I would
Like
imagine.
I talked about this during my 1 year thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, would you have any questions about that? Like, I guess.
I mean, like, some thoughts came to mind. It's like, were things going on? You mentioned that you had high anxiety here and there, and Listen, Rusty.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We're not going to get into that, but I will just say that you're not the only one, and I think that you've done a great job cultivating a good crowd to surround yourself by, because positivity begets positivity. If you hold negative,
it's definitely helped. My friends still helped me through it. A lot of it. More of it's been. I've always had issues with stress and anxiety issues most of my life. But being on here and running the Best Boys and actually having to interact with people more,
right,
and having to run things in that kind of environment has helped me enormously through that a lot.
No, I'm glad.
And speaking too, I used to not be able to speak to anyone for long periods of time, and look how long has this been going on for?
Like an hour.
I mean, it's definitely been an improvement. Yeah, it's definitely been growth I've seen there.
So, I don't want to seem crass when I say this, but I've noticed that a lot of people on VR chat, they have varying anxiety problems, or maybe they have problems socializing.
I think that's what attracts people. I think that's what attracts people to VR chat a lot of times, is that kind of social issue, or they're able to get into a more positive space and mindset when they're in VR. That's definitely something for me I've noticed that's helped me apply it into other situations.
Right. So I bring it back to you and the Best Boy community to say that it creates I wouldn't say a safe space, but a pretty safe space. I mean, you have moderation.
More like a less aggressive space for people, yeah.
Yeah. And that's what I like about it.
More people are... Yeah, I wish I had a community like this a couple years ago when I was really in a bad place, like I said before. I'm not going to get too much into why, but if you're my friend, you've probably heard me talk about it before, but there's definitely a lot of issues mentally at the time.
No, I got
And VR chat and being on here has helped me a lot through that, to get to a better place mentally to where I am now.
There you guys are.
No, definitely.
Which I'm very happy to be for. Yeah.
Sorry, I was trying to explain to them about the gun because they were all asking like, "That's really cool." So this and this.
Let me adjust the camera angle because more people are joining this little like.
I didn't quite tell me exactly how it works, but
let's see.
Are you? How did you manage
there we go.
that?
Wait.
I don't know.
Trying to get.
How?
Well, I
How do you
mean,
get on top of
there
the
we go.
statue?
I pressed.
Oh, she's really up there.
A lot.
All right. So,
Oh wow, yeah.
let's go ahead and. All right, we got a small child just jumped off the statue. Somebody called the parents. I'm not responsible.
Also, I already had to use that gun for purpose.
I'm an adult.
Already?
Oh,
somebody spawned in there like a
All right.
gigantic tank in the
You're
square.
an
I'm like, hey,
adult,
can
but you
change
look
something
like a
little smaller,
child to
man?
me.
It's like, because it was like, hey, can you take
That's the
it
point.
listen? So I'm like, all right, hold on, bing.
All right.
What do you do?
Rusty.
No, you want a child? I'll give you a child.
Hey, what's up?
Oh no. Go back to Chuck E.
Either
Cheese's.
AFK or
Don't eat the pizza.
What is it start? What's the avatar?
I heard someone use a
That's his baby.
figure out.
Yeah, I heard
Excuse
that
me,
too.
but somebody called Chris Hansen. There's a child here that's unattended to. And Rusty
But
Dusty
I'm
fell.
shifting it in. I'm shifting it to baby mode.
All right. Well, let's see. Go
Get
ahead.
back up here.
Spam jump your way back up here. Alrighty. So, Rusty. Any drama you want to talk about? Because I would imagine there would be some spicy drama.
Honestly, drama.
Yeah.
I don't like drama personally. When it comes, for me, it's something that it's like. What's a good comparison? Like something that you have to deal with that you don't like to deal with. I guess I don't like to deal with it, but it's something that I recognize is going to come up, and that you want to have systems in place to deal with it as efficiently as possible.
Right.
What I noticed a lot with the original group is that drama was allowed to fester.
Right.
And affect a lot of aspects of the community and higher ups of the community, which led to a lot of people having issues with each other, and that's kind of what tore it apart. So what I do is, if people have issues, I encourage them to directly come to me or one of the other admin teams if they have issues between themselves on the server. Don't let it get too big. Don't let it get bigger than it has to be. Deal with it as efficiently as possible. Be blunt. Be precise with targeting what's going on and figuring it out. Kind of like how I try and deal with it.
You know, it really comes down to an inability for some people to communicate directly with the aggressor or the person that they feel wronged them, and then it cultivates this negativity in the background where people start, like they start gossiping amongst each other, and then by the end of the day, like some people are going to use their best judgment, maybe exercise a little bit of cynicism, but other people, they might fully believe it, and then somebody hears about it and they're just like, "Yo, you talking beef? You got beef with me?" And I'm glad that you take a hands-on approach with this and try to like leave the door open for people to approach you. That's a step in the right direction, because in the past I've heard some moderators were just kind of like, they're just not my problem.
Yeah, I've completely restructured my administration team on there. I don't know, my 2 admins were here a minute ago. What we have now is we have admins who manage in the world and go and manage events and in the world stuff, as well as helping to oversee the Discord.
Right.
We have moderators who are specifically Discord only, and then we have a head moderator who moderates the ad moderators. Make sure there's that kind of power separation so people know who to go to when they can't handle an issue.
I think that's the best way to go about it, honestly. Like, separation of duties so that... But, by the end of the day...
For the longest time, it really felt like it was me only who was doing a lot of the things. So I restructured it, and now things are running a lot smoother, and I'm able to relax a bit more, not be as stressed about it, trying to get things done all the time.
Well, Rusty, you are but one man. One man.
I know.
Wait, actually, I'm going to change the camera.
I know, it's definitely something I needed to learn.
Let's see, how do I get the best camera angle? Okay.
Definitely been a thing.
Rusty, you are but one man. One man, one desire. To rebuild a dead community and establish yourself as king of the best boys. Nah, I'm joking.
Honestly, yeah. For me, honestly, that kind of stuff makes me just feel a little bit uncomfortable, like the whole kingly kind of thing. And a lot of times when people do it, it makes me a little uncomfortable because of, I guess, the connotations that people have tried to put upon me in the past. So I do try and go for more humility, I guess, when it comes to that. I never really try to use the kind of titles for myself.
It's a very good...
Make it more grounded, I guess. So it's not like something... I'm not as unapproachable. I want to make myself as approachable as possible for people.
You're down to earth.
Like when someone joins the server, I want to be the first thing they see as kind of something they can come to when they have an issue.
Right. The value in that is the fact that you are down to earth and people feel more comfortable to communicate with you directly than just be like, oh, well, he's head of the Best Boy community. He's not going to have time for me.
I try. I try.
Well, you've
I definitely never wanted to let it get to my head. That's never something I've ever wanted to do, is never let it go to my head. Yeah.
Good thing about you is you've set up all of these admins so that you're not the only person doing all the work. Because if you were the only person doing all the work, that's a little bit much for one person, especially when you're 16 years old.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hello.
Hi. Hello.
Oh, let's see. We got some newcomers.
Hey, Boom.
Hey,
Boom.
Rusty.
We got Q, we got Alderin, Jarkonic, we got Mika in here right now.
Hey, why do you 2 have purple outlines on your wings?
World builders.
They're world builders still. Yeah.
Oh, they have different wings. Okay.
Sorry about the glitch in the freaking sidewalk out there. I'll fix that in the next update. He asked
what?
me to raise this, and out there by the little bins with swords and stuff the sidewalk like clips up too high because he asked me to raise the sidewalk height, and apparently I didn't check all of it, and so it's like sticking up too high now.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Yeah, it's a small thing.
Actually, there was somebody I wanted to ask you about, Rusty. Scoot over here.
So I'm gonna fix it. I can just slap it over and be like, work in progress. Watch the gap.
How about you go ahead and stand on this pedestal?
Alright.
So, I feel really bad about this. For whatever reason, I got really busy, and I couldn't upload, I can't remember if it was a live stream or a recording / podcast that we did a while back, but, I had the opportunity to speak to Kibblemeister. I don't think Charms joined us, although maybe he did. No, wait, he didn't. It was Twitchin and a couple others, but I had the opportunity to speak to Kibblemeister, who historically has been sort of treated like the toy maker of the Best Boy community. And my question to you is...
He always used to be.
Yeah. Has he spoken to you since you've restored the...
Yes, me and him have, actually very recently, I think last week or the week before, we talked and he joined onto the Best Boy Project Discord server. He's on there now. It doesn't want to take as much of an active role, as from what I can understand. So I'm letting him relax, not really take his world. But I'm really happy to see him in there and to be seeing how things are going.
Right. Well,
Yeah.
all right.
And you eventually, maybe once I get to talk to him a bit more, may want to cooperate on some future projects. But that's something for future, I guess. But having him there means a lot to me. I think that it's finally the best boys are whole again.
Right. Certainly. Listen, Rusty.
And of course, yeah. What's up?
No, go ahead. What was your thought?
Oh, you go. No, never mind. You go.
Well, I was about to say, I was flattered that you approached me and, asked if I'd want to do a live stream like this.
I honestly don't remember that happening. I was not having that good of a night, but like I'm glad that we started talking about this again.
In the conversation...
Yeah, I remember we talked about it, but that's yeah.
Oh, no. Well, in the conversation we had...
Yeah, but I'm glad that we did.
Yeah. You told me what your frustration was, that people thought that the Best Boy community was dead, and the whole point of the live stream was to remind people that there's a new Best Boy community out there, and, what you're...
Not necessarily remind, I'd say more inform.
Yeah. Well, I mean...
Yeah, because, like, this is... I always have had to deal with the constant... the purists saying the Best Boys are dead and that kind of thing, which is going to happen either way. So,
right.
But, like, I think that having this is definitely a good start to making more people see that the community is starting to thrive again.
Mm-hmm. Naysayers. Bunch of naysayers.
That'll happen anytime.
Well, of course. You try to do something that you want to do, and there's going to be people to stand in your way. You got to learn to overcome that.
That's something I definitely had to learn.
Actually, let me see if... Where did Cute and them go? I wanted to... been assembling a small force of gold.
I think you might want to get to... Yeah, where are they at? Let's sit back, Mary. I'll respawn and meet you there.
Sure. I want to talk to them, too. Alright.
I need the pets.
Hello.
I need the pets, and I need them now. I need the head pats, and I need
Cute the Sylveon and Alderon, I would like to speak to you two with Rusty Dusty. Perhaps we can go over to where the statue is, if you could give me a few moments.
Hey, Spy, you want to come
I
with?
need them now.
You want to come over here?
I need the pets.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and slide back up against the statue or stand in front of it, whatever makes feels comfortable for you all. And I'll go ahead and just have a couple conversations with you all. Alderon, I kind of know you. Obviously, we run into similar circles, but we haven't had the opportunity to really have an extensive conversation. Cute Sylveon, you were one of the few people that didn't really talk when I first met you, but I'm glad you are audible, have a voice, and are willing to talk. And, well, Rusty Dusty, we already know each other fairly well. I guess, have you seen any challenges in, being admins for the new Best Boy community? Like, anything that might have been a concern, or in the early days?
Can't really answer that question quite yet, because this one just redid all of his moderation, 3 days ago.
So you guys are fresh.
Oh, yeah.
We've been working on the world longer than that.
The whole role is fresh, yeah. The whole role is fresh.
Yeah. The only issue I found is this place is, the optimization on this place. Separate, it's just so many materials, everything has to be combined down, on freaking netless textures.
That's what we're working on. That's what we're fixing it,
Yeah.
No, I got you.
Exactly.
Is that actually combined too now? Or is this not combined yet?
Actually, the entire outer city. There we go. The entire outer city section here. The church is by itself, still its own thing because it's being redone.
Yeah, we're gonna do
all
that,
the sidewalk itself, I made into a mesh because it was not a mesh before. It was a Unity cube, so I made that all mesh. I added it on. The entire outer city thing is one mesh and 4 materials.
And you're working to optimize this further so that the frame rates are a little bit better.
But I'll fight.
Right, we're currently running real-time lighting.
My sword.
And the planning is to eventually get to baked lighting once we get a lot of the changes and stuff around, so we don't have to keep rebaking it every single time. So the church is probably going to be next up on after we finish fixing the bugs with this, to redo the changes that we want to do on that. And, of course, optimize that, as well as potentially doing some new trees and other models, and just
what I'd like to
generally
do also
optimizing everything
is
down to just few materials.
optimization. optimization of the materials, combining as much as we can into as many little materials as possible.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And little textures as possible. So we get everything combined. The combined textures, combined materials, combined as much as we can.
Right.
I'm dead. And that's actually like maybe a big areas would be at the cave here, the tents, the ruined castle, and like that kind of in the house. There's a lot of meshes and materials on there that need to be optimized.
It'll get it done.
Hey, listen.
Lower everything to 240p.
Fellas, I'm taking this with me, by
We
the
already
way.
have lowered down a lot.
I
Yeah,
might need
take
this
it.
during
Okay.
the war. I might need to protect myself. Also, my only concern is, why does it look like the blade's being held together with freaking duct tape?
All the budget's going to map
Maybe
right
it
now.
is.
And why is there holes in it?
Because
Somebody
weight
shot it.
reduction.
Whoa.
By the way, I
Weight
meant
reduction,
to...
aerodynamicy.
In all seriousness, though...
That tank's back.
Whoa, that looked like a pot leaf on their back. Anyway, I'm gonna let this stream run for like 10 more minutes because we're about to hit
Some more of our admins
the
are
like
here.
2
We have
hour
some
mark.
of the other admins are here.
So you know.
We have Kaja, we have Spy, we have Q, we have Boom.
You know what?
And there's it there. And a lot of the admins are here right now.
How about all of the admins? Why don't you get up on the statue and like strike a pose for the camera? And
Mm-hmm.
there we go.
Admin though.
Well, okay. Everybody that's here that wants to be a part of this, go ahead and get on up there and maybe I'm recording,
I'll sit
so
here in the middle.
yeah, there you go. Kid Sylvia, you got it.
I am
Take a picture.
I'll just.
All right, let me see.
I'm the top of the world.
I'm trying to
Come
get.
here, Spartan, come here.
All right.
Get up here.
All right, I got it centered. Why don't you all strike a pose? Well, everyone that wants to get in. All right.
Do I have to come down there?
No. Well, I actually can't see you. I would suggest you get on like the arm. There you go. I can barely see you. There we go. All right. Everybody, go ahead. I'm probably take a freeze frame of this later, but base forward for maybe 3 seconds.
Let me move my camera so I can get a picture.
Sure.
You can spam it, you know.
Spam it.
Just.
There you go.
Oh God.
All right. Cute. Maybe you wanna
Go
not
for it,
cute. Rusty. Maybe you wanna scoot your boot a little bit to the left, a little bit more. That's good. Fantastic. All right. All right, all you wonderful people. 3, 2, 1. Start spamming those photos. Hey, this is supposed to be family friendly.
I'm take the 5 now.
I didn't say the whole word. I said peanuts.
I said cock.
Peanuts. I said peanuts, not peanuts. I'm just talking about peanuts.
Did everyone get the pictures they wanted?
There's a bunch of pictures. Yep, we're good.
All right. Fantastic. Let's see. Is anybody else left running around? There's a guy up there. Did you get him? I don't think you got him.
Wait, are
Oh, he's a normal avatar. He's fine.
He's a normal avatar. He's
When
fine.
he's in those giant machine avatars, I want you to shoot him.
Yeah, because the someone has it in their hand.
Okay. I know.
Is he in the tank already?
Oh yeah, there is a tank.
Right there.
Get him, Flavor, get him.
No tank on my vicinity.
Listen, buddy.
Abrams.
Maybe you're in the wrong
Cool.
game. Like, I can understand what you're trying to do here, pal, but, like, maybe you're in the wrong game, and... I'm sure, I'm sure, like, I'm sure COD could use you.
Oh, wait. Spy, you know what'd be fun?
Oh, no.
Dude, seriously?
Follow me, Spartan. You see these guys? Maybe we may be in the wrong
Jesus.
There's only 3 for those guns right here.
Whenever the Warhammer Raiders come, we can use this
You're
on them. That'll be so fucking fun.
Oh no.
That'll be so fun.
That's the most perfect thing you can do. Turn them into furries.
Exactly.
Wait.
I'll put syrup in
That
my
took me way too
ramen.
long to know.
I can't tell if this is a good idea or not.
That sounds fucking disgusting.
I'm
You're a yucky
confused as to whether or not it's actually good or not.
You're a yucky boy.
Might be alright.
Spike, can I have the gun?
Yeah, it's probably
The look on your face
The tank.
tells me everything you need to know. All right.
Where? Come over here. To the left.
It
to the
went
left,
down
to
the
the left.
hallway.
What on
Down the
earth?
hallway to the left.
To the left, to the left, to the left.
Hey, this used to be so fun if there were Warhammer Raiders coming in here.
Just turn them into best boys.
My best boy, I mean, best boy's amazing.
Well, wait a minute. Rusty, why don't I see a Warhammer 40k best boy? I want to see a best boy in a power armor suit, like, stomping around. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, if someone wants to make one, go on ahead.
Well, listen, Rusty. I'm flattered.
Optimizing like them.
I'm flattered that you would invite me over here to do a live stream and for you to do
Hell
a
yeah,
little
dude.
public outreach, and we'll do something more structured sometime. But I think 2 hours is a pretty good
Are you
length.
gonna archive the live stream?
Archive it?
Yeah, I want to
Yeah,
watch
make a
it
video out of
later.
I can certainly try. Yeah.
I want to see myself.
It's on
Because
YouTube.
I like myself.
That sounds a little bit narcissistic, but all right. It's good to like
Look,
yourself a
I
little
don't
bit,
get to
but
be. I don't get to be in a lot of things. Okay. I don't
Alright.
get to be involved in
I
things.
fucking cannot listen
I
to
like to
myself. I
feel-
despise how my voice
I like to
sounds
be
when
a
it's
part of
recording.
things. I like to feel like I'm included.
But you are. Oh my God! Is this what I think it is? Is this Macross? Holy bejesus!
Yes.
I didn't think anybody remembered that anime.
Tank shoot.
Did you see a tank shoot? I got into it recently.
I think we ought to be a little more.
I can't wait for them to be
Yeah,
Warhammer
just
Raiders.
Little
Transformers
Large
boy.
body with the gun.
He is being annoying with it, so.
Valkyrie.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a It's a wait. A Voltroid? Not Voltroid.
Batroid.
Voltron.
There's a Destroid, and then there's the one that like the Veritech.
This one is
Veritech.
Valkyrie.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
And why is there a Black Hawk?
uh oh. Somebody shoot it down.
You
got this, Spy.
Hang on, I got toe.
You don't have the missiles.
No, no, he jumped out of the helicopter.
All right.
Get him! Get him! Get him! Get him!
Wait, I have an idea.
So,
Where's the
I'm just going to go
gun?
ahead and say, I'm probably going to end the live stream now. I really appreciate you all
Alright,
watching to the
sounds
very
good
end.
to me.
But
We're going
Rusty
to
Dusty
missile.
Fox here has been a pretty good host, and I've enjoyed questioning him on various odds and ends about the Best Boy community here and its triumphant return. Before I end this officially, I'm going to do a panoramic of everybody that has stayed till the end. So,
I
let's
came
see.
in late, but okay.
I know,
Oh my God, Spy.
but you're still here.
Deepy, deepy, deepy.
So, clip through people, but that's fine. You know, let's see. What's a good camera angle? All right. Everybody, how about you approach the camera and say some parting words to this live stream, because we're probably going to wrap it up here in a few minutes now.
Alright, yes. See you guys if I ever do another one of these. I don't know if I will, but I guess if we ever do something more structured. See you guys then. Don't make sure you follow whatever you want to do. And keep yourself going strong, I guess. You can do it. That was horrible.
Never stop
That's it.
smiling.
I'm going with it.
Improv's not
I'm
easy,
not
pal.
good at final words. I just want
Looking at
attention.
Spy.
I'm only here because I want attention.
All right. Well, I'll go ahead and say, Best Boy community, now and forever.
No.
This is Tujo
You have a really
Panda.
nice tail.
This is
The next
mutiny.
time. Take care.
Yes.
Have a good one.
And a nice butt. I'm not wrong though. He has a very nice butt.
Big nicks. Big.
Why do you think I took so many pictures of his butt?
If you drink your milk and eat your bread and exercise every day, you'll be a big boy like me.
I don't want to be a big boy. I want to be a little boy.
No, you be
I wanna-
big, tough and buff and